The DREAM Act grants certain individuals the ability to either enlist in the military or to go to college on a path to citizenship. As of now, 12 states have their own version of the DREAM Act. On November 6 of 2012, the Maryland DREAM Act was passed. This is only one step of a long journey ahead for immigration reform.
Because, I just gave up. Well, yeah, you can say I gave up because it was just times where I just couldn't handle it, like a lot of essays. And I'm like, well, why do I have to do essays or do this if I know I'm not going to college because I can't? The DREAM Act hasn't passed.
Right after I graduated, everyone was leaving for college and I was still home, just thinking, what am I going to do?
It affects their lives, not having the opportunity to aspire to a higher education. I see how they feel defeated, before even starting college or before even trying to go to college, because they know that it is going to be very, very difficult, next to impossible, to find a way to go to college.
There are a lot of jobs here, and that's true to an extent, but most people actually don't think about the other end, which is why most people leave their countries. You and I both know that to walk away from our families, to walk away from our network of people that we know and everything we've grown up with is tremendously difficult. So the truth is, people aren't just coming here, but they're being forced to leave where they're from.
And I always put it in my perspective. I was born in Puerto Rico, and since it's a U.S. territory, you get citizenship like that. And I had the opportunity to come here, go to college and everything. But then when I think about it, I could be one of them. They don't choose. These people don't choose where they live, and they don't choose the circumstances that their country is at.
It's not our fault. For as kids, our parents brought us when we were little. It's not our fault.
If the laws here would be easy, if it would be easier to come to this country legally, then I'm pretty sure most of these people would have done it. Because I know a lot of people who broke the law, that they tried to come here legally, but they told me it was they were there 5 years, and they kept giving them meetings, they kept paying money, and nothing happened. So most of the circumstances that they were in their country, it was they needed to come here because either it was a lot of violence, there were no jobs, just the situation that they were in wasn't the best, so they needed to come here.
I was baffled when I heard that there was not just a few people dying every year crossing the desert, but hundreds. When I was there was about 300 people dying every year in the Arizona desert. And I think that really blew my mind, because I was thinking to myself, wow, if people are really willing to die to come here, there must be a lot of desperation. There must be something that is forcing them to leave.
You didn't want to talk about your status?
No, because it's not something that you want to go around telling people oh, I'm undocumented, because some people are okay with it, and then some people are well, they kind of judge you, they treat you differently. It's not a disease or anything, but still they make you feel uncomfortable.
And so when I was in Phoenix, I also saw a lot of animosity towards the immigrant population. And I myself felt like it was totally unwarranted, because obviously, when we all talk to one another face to face, we realize we are all sharing the same fundamental values.
That's that underlying fear of what if they deport someone in my family, what if they deport me, what if, my family gets separated. And of course, being students, it's that hopelessness that even if I do well in school, I'm not going to have the same opportunities. Why try hard if I'm not going to have the same opportunities as everybody else?
Politicians have just talk about immigration reform, but haven't done anything. So it's our time to just go in the streets and tell them we are a lot of people and you need to do something now.
Approximately 27,000 coming from Baltimore.
There's a lot of individuals that are in my situation are being affected where we're in the shadows. because we don't have a social security, we can't work, we can't drive. We're neglected, and we're forced to be in the shadows.
So I am a U.S. citizen, but my husband is from Nepal. He's an LPR right now, and he's applying for citizenship. So this is a personal issue for us.
These 11 million plus immigrants, Latinos, Asians, whatever they are, they deserve a chance to be recognized, to be legalized. I mean, they contribute so much to this country.
We're under a system that preaches freedom, pursuit of happiness, but instead they oppress other people within the borders of the country that preaches that. And we're here to say, to denounce that that has to change, that they have to live up to that creed, freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
I work with both youth that have documents and youth with no documents, and I see no difference. They want the same thing. They want, they want an opportunity to have a good life. They want, they want to do good things for this country. They want to do good things for their families. Their dreams are the same.
This year, I think, is really going to be the year for passing something along the lines of the National Dream Act with immigration reform in general.
I'm fighting for my parents, for my uncles, my cousins, those that don't have anything.
When you think about it, it's like, whoa, we still have a long time, like a long way to go. But then, I mean, little by little, I feel like it's getting there. Like last year, the Maryland Dream Act passed, so that was a huge, it was like a huge win that we had. And then now for the immigration reform, we're getting a lot of attention from politicians. Obama is talking about it, like in most of the speeches that he gives. So I feel like, although it's little steps, we're getting there.
These children are labeled as illegal immigrants, although they consider themselves as Americans. Undocumented people are currently living in the shadows. Even though they want to pay taxes, they want to go to college, they want to work, they want to contribute to this country, but they can't. Who are we to deny these children the opportunity to succeed? Who are we as a country?